Today, I'm going to teach you about the recipe, A Memory of Oils. Keep in mind this is filmed on a Testlive server on August 26, 2019 and is subject to change. What's up, Spartans? Whack4863 in the place to be, and the first thing you need to do is go to the archivist library, turn in a fragment of power, get a random scroll, continue to do that until you get a memory of oils, and then we'll move on. Now that you've learned a memory of oils, go over to your Fireball Cauldron. You will see the recipes in there. Now, remember, I am on a Testlive server, so I don't have a whole lot. I'm doing most of this in God mode, but what I want to show you is all these different recipes. So we are going to craft one of each of these. Now, you need 2 fragments of power and 10 oil as long as you have a named thrall. When you do not have a named thrall, it's going to cost you 5 fragments of power and 20 oil. So having a named thrall on there makes a big difference. If you don't know, fragments of power are limited to a couple of ways to get them. You can either kill the bosses in the unnamed city, or you may be able to find the elusive chests around the city. Now, those chests are limited. I want to say they respawn once every 24 hours, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So these are going to be kind of a grind to get, guys. It's not like you're just going to be mass producing these oils over and over and over again. So let's go over the oils that we have real quick. We have the oil of agony, which does damage. The oil of balance, reduced stamina use. Oil of bounty, which is increased harvesting. Oil of concussion, which is increased concussion. And oil of penetration, which is increased armor pen. As you can see, I've got a bunch of weapons and gear that we're going to add these oils to. The first one is the oil of harvest. That's going to give a timer. That's 5 minutes 25 seconds. That next timer is 12 minutes 30 seconds. On to the next. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And that's a legendary truncheon with 21 minutes 30 seconds. Star Metal Sword, 15 minutes. Blade of the Adventurer with 12 minutes. And that's going to be the same throughout all of those, guys. 15 minutes on this Flawless Star Metal Sword, 12 minutes on the Blade of Adventurer. Now, I thought it was interesting that the timer for the legendary was actually shorter than the timer for something that was craftable, but maybe with the damage and the stats, that's their way of balancing it, is to make something with higher damage and higher stats have a lower timer. Now let's jump into some of the numbers here. As you can see, with the damage kit, we get a 15-point increase, and with the armor pen kit, we actually get 40 points more in armor pen. That's huge. Let's take this guy and do a little testing here. So as you can see, there's a timer when it's in my hotbar. However, that timer only counts down when the sword is in your hand. So when it's just in your inventory, that timer stops. It pauses. It doesn't count down. I know what you're thinking. There's a thrall. We have a weapon. Let's give it to her. Yes. All right. It is not counting down. Let's take her and kill something. Alright, guys, so you know, if you watch my channel, I love to pick on the brute in the unnamed city. I'm going to pick on him again today and see if the timer counts down. That's what we're really testing, right? If you give your thrall a weapon with the oil attached to it, does the timer count down? Because in the past, all durability is stopped when you give it to your thrall. So we'll let her take a little while here, and then I'm going to run up there and take a peek at her weapon just to see if it's counting down. So in case you're wondering why the brute isn't fighting back here, I am in God mode and in cloak mode. That's why he's totally unengaged with the thrall, which makes it a pretty easy fight for her. We're just looking at whether that timer counts down or not anyway. Guys, if you hadn't had time to click that subscribe button, now's the time to do it. Go ahead and hit that bell as well so you don't miss out on any of my Conan content. I think this has been long enough. Let's go ahead and go up and see if that timer is counted down. And if we get over to it, It absolutely is counting down, so I don't think this would be worth it to put on a thrall and keep doing it, keep applying it. It just doesn't make sense. So let's see what happens if you let the timer run all the way out. Here I have a weapon that the timer has almost run all the way out on, and I want to see what happens, what does it do, how do I know, so on and so forth. So here we go. Gonna just let it run out. Boom. All right, so you can see it's still in my hand, but the icon on the bar has changed, and it looks damaged. And actually, I need to take it out of my hand. All right. Now that it's out of my hand, we can take a look at the actual durability that's left, and the durability is at 90. So that's really, really low. It's right there where it needs to be repaired immediately right away. You could definitely end up doing one too many swings and have it gone. So there's one other thing I want to test. Now, if you're familiar with the Godbreaker boots, they work the same way that the Nemedian does, which means that it actually repairs what's in your hand. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a little bit of damage and see what happens to that timer. So keep your eyes peeled on it. It is, guys, it is going up as I'm taking damage. So that's an interesting concept, right? Do we beat the timer by taking damage? Is it worth it to beat the timer by taking damage, or would it not be? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this particular mechanic right here, that the timer actually increases while you take damage. Let me know that in the comment section. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Keep in mind, again, this is Testlive stuff, so the things that I covered in this could change. We'll have to see. If they do, I'll drop another video about the changes. I'm out. Peace. As always, thank you for watching my videos. If you're not a Spartan already, consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of my content. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other content, and don't forget to whack the like button. Peace.